Hey, it's Max. This is my mock based on the tram from set 8404. It both looks and functions much like real-life trams, for example, this C2 Alstom Citadis. Now, don't ask me why I did this, but I decided to get a second one completely identical to the first. The cool thing about these trams, though, is they can couple together like this. I even got a third one, but this time to shake things up a bit, not only is it red, but it also has a different configuration to the other two. The blue trams only have bogies that are fixed to the car bodies on the shorter sections. However, the front sections of the red tram have pivoting bogies to enable it to take corners, just like you see on the E-Class, or will see on the G-Class when it is rolled out. It should be F-Class and not numbered 7000, that's another story for another time. Now, I'll be honest with you, just before when I said the bogies were fixed to the tram's bodies, I lied. They can actually pivot vertically along the horizontal axis to assist with hills and bumpy track. You can see here, between the second and third car, an expansion joint, which allows extended movement and helps further with taking changes in elevation. The red tram, having an additional bogie to the other ones, means there needs to be a second expansion joint. In fact, for every additional bogie you add, you need to add an additional point of rotation for all 6 directions, vertically, horizontally, and what I call rotational or twisting, although these trams don't have rotational movement, as it would complicate their quite simple design and be mostly unnecessary. So how did I make the mechanisms that these trams use? I'll start with the non-pivoting bogies. You can see here, I use turntables to achieve the vertical movement. Now, you're probably asking yourself how that works. Here's the ingenious bit. Turntables are meant to, well, turn, but these ones have some give to them. And stacking 2 on top of each other enables just enough vertical movement for the bogie to work as intended. Because I have 2 stacks spaced apart like this, the bogie cannot pivot horizontally, creating the exact movement we want and no more. The pivoting bogies at the ends of the red tram work much the same as the non-pivoting ones, but they have 2 turntables underneath only one to get the vertical and horizontal movement we want. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Well, to my knowledge, for all intents and purposes, real trams work almost identically to what I've shown today, with additional mechanisms needed for real-life conditions, some of which I've attempted to recreate in my D1 and 2 Combino mocks, which I will share once I've made some improvements to. Moving forward with future videos I want to make, you'll see many of these techniques, and I wanted to explain how they worked as best I could before we got there. There are more features of the trams that I have not gone over, so I may make a part 2. I even have plans for a 4th tram that incorporates more complex mechanisms than I've shown today, so stick around so you can see that when I make a video on it. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe even learned something along the way. See you next time. Oh shit.